Pope Benedict's surprise announcement that he is stepping down leaves a church that is weakened by sexual abuse scandals and struggling with how to widen its appeal in a world that is becoming more secular. So what does the future hold for the world's 1 billion Catholics, including 1 million in San Diego and Imperial counties? Joining me to provide some answers are Sandy Dolby, former UT San Diego religion reporter, and Jimmy Akin of the lay group Catholic Answers. Sandy, Vatican observers say the Pope's exit once again renews this struggle between conservatives within the church and those who want to liberalize. What are the core issues that they disagree on?
They disagree on the role of women priests. They disagree on celibacy. Should priests be allowed to marry? Those are the really hot potato questions. The other side, the smaller potato, are the liberalization of the use of condoms to stop the spread of AIDS, birth control, those kinds of what you might want to call social cultural issues. I'm going to take you all the way back to the book of Isaiah in the Bible, where God says, "My ways are not your ways." And that's how the Catholic Church feels. Its ways isn't always the way of the popular opinion. So the ideas of women becoming priests, men being able to marry in the priesthood, probably not going to happen in our lifetimes. The others, maybe.
Jimmy, what do you think some of the issues are?
Well, I think that Sandy has ably described some of the principal issues that are discussed these days. I also think your allusion to the book of Isaiah is very good. It's true that God's ways are not always our ways, but God's ways for mankind are designed to help bring us happiness. And people sometimes think of God's law as if it's a restriction on human freedom, but really what it is it's guidance to help liberate us so that we can find fulfillment. And that's what the church is really concerned about. It's true that we don't always want to do what we should, but it's the church's job to call us to that freedom of doing what will ultimately make us happy and what will ultimately help us find fulfillment.
And who do you want to see win this struggle between the liberals and the conservatives? What traits do you want the new Pope to have?
I don't know that there's so much a struggle between liberals and conservatives to the extent that those terms even apply. I don't think they apply very much to the College of Cardinals. The current cardinals were all selected by either John Paul II or Benedict XVI. They reflect the historic Catholic viewpoint, and so I don't think that there's a struggle so much. There's a tendency to read things in terms of power politics, when really the cardinals are going to be seeking guidance from God, guidance from the Holy Spirit, in terms of who can best lead the church. I think one of the things they'll be very concerned about is the ability to evangelize, the ability to bring God's message to the world. And I think that's one of the key functions of the office of the Pope, and I know that will be very much on their hearts.
Sandy, 42% of the world's Catholics come from Latin America, 15% from Africa, and 25% from Europe. In San Diego County alone, we have a sizable number of Latinos. I think almost half of the masses are conducted in Spanish. What are the chances that we're going to see a new Pope be from Latin America?
The chances are very real, very real. Yes, the Vatican is the epicenter of the Catholic Church, but right now the passion of the Catholic Church is in Latin America and Africa. And so they're on the short list that I've been seeing, and it's not like a candidacy like the United States president, but on the short list that people have put together, there are cardinals from Brazil, cardinals from Honduras, cardinals from Ghana, that are, they say, have a very real chance of being elected.
Jimmy, as you know, there have been sexual abuse scandals plaguing the church in Los Angeles, Orange, and San Diego counties. How big of an issue is this going to be for the incoming Pope?
Well, it's hard to say. Most of the cases, as you know, date back some decades, and many of them have already been addressed. There's always a question, what else is out there that hasn't come to light yet? So the issue could come back, but I'm sure that the new Pope will take very much the same line as Pope Benedict, saying this cannot be tolerated. We have to deal with this.
And Sandy, very quickly, how interested is the Catholic Church in bringing back the worshipers who left because of the sexual abuse scandal?
That's a huge, huge issue, because the best description I've seen is that they're looking for a missionary in chief. They're looking for someone to go out and make disciples, to renew the vigor, to bring young Catholics back to to the worship areas. Give it a new energy, give it a new life. John Paul II in Denver at World Youth Day, 100,000 young people yelled, "We love you, JP2," and he said back, "JP2 loves you too."
And we're going to have to end it there. Sandy, Jimmy, thank you so much for speaking to us today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.